The sun dipped below the horizon as Leo and Max sprinted along the endless railway tracks, their hearts pounding in rhythm with their feet. The wind rushed past them, carrying echoes of an ancient legend, a treasure lost deep beneath the city. Every leap over the rails, every twist past the trains brought them closer to the unknown. They didn't know what the treasure looked like or even if it was real, but the thrill of the search kept their hearts racing, for watching. As they ran along the tracks, dodging trains and jumping over crates, Leo noticed glowing symbols on the tunnel walls. "Max, look," he shouted. The symbols formed a trail. "It's a clue," Max said. They followed the glowing signs, leading them into a dark, hidden tunnel. It wasn't on any map, but their curiosity was stronger than fear, for watching. Inside the tunnel, the air turned cold. Strange echoes surrounded them. Suddenly, a whisper floated through the darkness. "Turn back, or go on." Max grabbed Leo's arm. "Do we stop?" he asked. Leo shook his head. "No, we're too close." Their footsteps echoed louder as they moved deeper, hearts pounding, eyes wide, hoping the treasure was real, for watching. The tunnel opened into a hidden chamber. Old symbols covered the walls. In the center stood a chest, glowing faintly. "This is it," Leo whispered. Max stepped forward, but suddenly the ground shook. Rocks began to fall. "Grab it and run," Leo shouted. Max opened the chest and pulled out a golden map. Then, together, they ran for their lives, for watching. With dust in their lungs and fear in their hearts, the boys escaped just before the tunnel collapsed behind them. "That was too close," Max said, breathless. They looked at the golden map. It shimmered with strange lights and marked a new path. "It's not over yet," Leo grinned. "This is only the beginning, for watching." They jumped over fallen trees and slid under rusted signs. The tracks began to change, bending into strange patterns. "This isn't on the map," Max whispered. "Maybe the map was wrong," Leo replied. "Or maybe this part was hidden." On purpose, a cold wind blew through, sending shivers down their backs, for watching. Suddenly, a rumble echoed in the distance, a train, but no trains ran here anymore. They pressed themselves against a stone wall just as something massive rushed by, not a train, but a machine with glowing eyes, for watching. When the noise faded, they continued deeper into the shadows. Their flashlights flickered. Strange markings appeared on the walls, ancient symbols etched in glowing green. "We're close," Leo said, trying to read the signs. Max nodded, his hand shaking. Every step felt like they were being watched, for watching. The tunnel opened into a wide chamber, filled with broken statues and golden light spilling from cracks in the ceiling. A pedestal stood at the center, and on it, a small metal box. They stepped forward, but the ground trembled. "Don't touch it," Max warned. "What if it's a trap, for watching?" But Leo reached out. As his fingers brushed the box, it pulsed with energy. Lights danced around them, and the entire room lit up with golden light. The statues moved. "Leo, run!" Max shouted. The floor cracked beneath their feet as the chamber began to collapse, for watching. Leo grabbed the box and sprinted. The walls shook, stones crashing down behind them. Max followed close, his breath ragged. The glowing machine from before returned, this time chasing them down the collapsing tunnel. "Left," Leo shouted. "No, right." Max pulled him just in time, for watching. They slid into a narrow passage as the machine roared past. Dust filled the air. Coughing, they crawled forward, the box clutched tight. "This better be worth it," Max muttered. Leo opened it slightly. Inside glowed a map, pulsing like a heartbeat. "This is just the beginning, for watching." As they climbed out of the ruins, dawn broke. The city skyline shimmered in the distance. Max looked at Leo, exhausted but smiling. "So what now?" Leo stared at the map. "Now we follow it." Wherever it leads, the treasure was real, but the real journey had just begun, for watching. Behind them, deep underground, the ancient machine rebooted. Its red eyes glowed brighter, silent. It watched the two boys vanish into the sunrise. A new symbol lit up on the walls, warning in an old forgotten language. Once opened, the path never ends. For watching. Leo and Max walked side by side, hearts pounding with excitement. They didn't speak much. They didn't need to. The bond between them was stronger than fear. Two friends, one mission, and a map that promised something bigger than gold. It promised destiny. For watching. That night, they camped under the stars, using their backpacks as pillows. Leo traced the glowing lines on the map with his finger. See this mark? It moves. Max leaned closer. It's changing directions. Leo nodded. It's alive. It's leading us somewhere or warning us. For watching. Suddenly, the ground rumbled. Far away, city lights blinked off. One by one, Max stood, wide-eyed. That's not normal. A strange humming filled the air. The map glowed red now, no longer calm. We're not alone in this, Leo whispered. Others are hunting it too. For watching. They packed quickly and ran again, this time not just chasing, but being chased. Shadows moved in the alleys, eyes watched from rooftops. The map's glow pulsed with urgency. Max clutched it tight. Why does it feel like we woke something up? Leo didn't answer. For watching. In an abandoned train station, they found a hidden door. It opened with the heat of Leo's palm. Inside, carvings, blue flames, and a voice that echoed in their minds. The path belongs to the brave, Max swallowed. This isn't a game, Leo said. It never was. For watching. They stepped into the glowing tunnel. The air buzzed with energy. Ahead, more dangers, more clues, more enemies. But Leo and Max walked on, side by side, never turning back. The treasure was never just gold. It was truth, courage, and friendship that never broke. For watching. The tunnel twisted like a serpent, with ancient symbols glowing on its walls. Leo touched one. It flickered and showed a flash of a memory, not his own. A boy crying, treasure stolen, a broken promise. Max watched. These aren't just drawings. They're memories. For watching. The air thickened. Every step felt heavier. Whispers curled around them like smoke. Leo, someone's speaking, Max said. Leo nodded. They want us to remember. Not just find. The ground trembled. Stones shifted behind them. No going back, Max muttered. For watching. They entered a chamber lit by floating orbs. In the center, a pedestal with an ancient compass. It spun wildly when Leo stepped closer. This leads to the last key, he said. Max asked, what happens when we find it? Leo answered, we set things right. For watching. With the compass in hand, the orbs flickered out. Darkness surrounded them. But the compass glowed, not just showing direction, but memories. Max saw flashes of people they'd never met, but somehow knew. This treasure connects everyone, Leo realized. For watching. They ran again, this time through light. The tunnel opened into the heart of the city, but changed. Empty streets, time frozen, buildings cracked like ancient ruins. Did we go forward or back? Max asked. Leo whispered, I think we crossed into the story itself. For watching. 27, they stepped into a forgotten chamber, walls covered in ancient markings. The air shimmered with dust and secrets. In the center stood a pedestal, and atop it a box carved from obsidian. Is it really the treasure? Max asked. Leo reached forward, hands shaking. For watching. Their path twisted through a narrow tunnel, where only the sound of their footsteps echoed off the stone walls. Leo whispered, we're close. I can feel it. Max nodded, gripping the old map tighter. A glimmer appeared ahead, a flickering light that danced like a spirit at the end of the darkness. For watching. 28. The moment Leo touched the box, the walls trembled slightly. A hidden mechanism activated, and part of the floor began to sink. We need to be careful, Leo whispered. Max nodded, watching as a path revealed itself ahead, glowing faintly with blue light, for watching. 29. The deeper they went, the colder it got. Their breaths turned to mist, and strange markings glowed faintly on the tunnel walls. Max brushed his hand along one, these symbols. They're guiding us, for watching. 31. They followed the glowing symbols deeper into the dark, the only sound being their footsteps echoing off the walls. Every step felt like walking into a story older than time, for watching. 32. Suddenly, a whisper filled the air, not from either of them. It was the voice of an ancient guardian, warning them to turn back or face the trials ahead, for watching. 33. But they didn't flinch. They exchanged a look of courage and stepped forward, deeper into the tunnels that twisted beneath the tracks, for watching. 34. The light from above faded, and only their determination lit the path. Every echo of their footsteps bounced like thunder through the underground maze, for watching. Suddenly, a faint glimmer caught Leo's eye a shimmer in the dust, like a whisper of gold. He pointed, and both boys rushed toward it, hope reignited, for watching. But just as they reached the glimmer, a loud clang echoed behind them, the sound of metal on stone. The masked pursuers were closer than ever, for watching. Leo grabbed Max's hand and pulled him forward. No time to stop now, he shouted over the roar of the wind in the tunnel. The glowing light ahead flickered, revealing a narrow gap in the stone wall just wide enough for one person at a time. They squeezed through it, hearts pounding, and found themselves in a hidden chamber lit by crystals embedded in the ceiling, for watching. The chamber shimmered with a mysterious glow, casting rainbow-like reflections on the walls. In the center stood a pedestal with an ancient map, partially torn but still readable. Max stepped closer. This is it, the final clue, he whispered. Symbols and arrows pointed deeper into the tunnel system, leading toward what could be the treasure's resting place, for watching. Leo traced the map with his finger, memorizing the path. We're close. I can feel it, but just then, a rumble echoed through the chamber. Stones began falling from above. It's a trap, Max yelled. They dashed forward, the map clutched in Max's hand, as the entrance behind them collapsed in a cloud of dust and debris, for watching. The tunnel narrowed, forcing them to crawl. The walls were damp, and the sound of dripping water echoed eerily. Max's flashlight flickered. Don't stop, Leo whispered. The treasure has to be near. Just then, the tunnel opened into a vast underground cavern filled with glittering crystals and ancient symbols carved into the walls, for watching. The boys stumbled upon an old bridge, its wooden planks creaking with every step. Beneath them, a dried riverbed stretched out like a scar. Careful, Leo whispered. One wrong step and we fall, Max nodded, inching forward. Halfway across, a plank snapped behind them. They froze. Then, from the far side, a rustling in the bushes someone was following. Leo grabbed Max's hand, and they ran faster, not daring to look back, for watching. They made it across and ducked behind a large rock. Gasping for breath, Max peeked out. I saw a shadow. They're close. Leo pulled out the old map they'd found months ago. We're near the cave, he whispered. Just beyond that hill, the sound of twigs snapping echoed behind them. No time to think. They bolted again, hearts pounding, guided only by hope and the promise of treasure, for watching. The hill was steep and covered in loose stones. Max slipped, scraping his knee, but Leo grabbed his hand and pulled him up. Don't stop now, Leo shouted. At the top, the world opened up. There it was, the cave entrance hidden by vines and shadows. It looked just like in the stories, but they weren't alone. A flicker of movement came from the trees behind them, for watching. Just as their legs began to tire, Leo spotted something glimmering beneath a pile of old stones near a broken signal post. Max rushed over and together they uncovered a small, ancient chest. Inside lay a golden compass and a note. To those brave enough to believe this is only the beginning, they exchanged wide-eyed looks. The treasure wasn't just gold, it was the promise of more adventures to come. For watching. If you enjoyed the adventure of Leo and Max, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. More thrilling stories are coming soon, full of mystery, danger, and hidden treasures. Who knows where the next journey will lead? Until then, keep your eyes open and your heart ready for the next big adventure. For watching. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Leo and Max stood quietly, the treasure safely in their hands. They didn't need fame or gold. The real reward was the bond they shared and the courage they discovered along the way. And though their journey ended here, the world was full of new paths waiting to be explored. For watching. But just as they turned to head home, Max noticed something glimmering deeper in the tunnel. Another clue, another mystery. Leo smiled. Looks like our adventure isn't over yet. The friends exchanged a look and took off running once more, laughter echoing through the night. Their journey had only just begun. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and get ready for the next adventure. Who knows where the rails will lead next? For watching. Somewhere in the distance, a train whistle blew, haunting and mysterious. It was a sign, or maybe a warning. Leo and Max didn't stop to think. They just ran forward, hearts full of hope, ready for the next chapter of their wild journey. And if you enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next thrilling story. Max and Leo's journey is far from over. For watching.